Never in my life have I wanted to make a video like this. But you know what? It has to be done. My name is Vino, and I'm one of the owners of Waterwave TV. And this is Surviving Sota Sound. What was Sota Sound, you may ask? We got a nice video to get into it. I would say it's probably one of the biggest cash grab scam music festivals that have ever happened in Minnesota that isn't talked about. A lot of artists had to pay a lot of money. A lot of people were promised things that they weren't getting. And a lot of people just did work for free and wasted a lot of time to be there and support these people who acted like they were going to throw a really, really nice show for local artists. As you will see in this video, it didn't work out that way. It was supposed to be a great festival with camping, tubing, all types of cool stuff. But we never got to that. And you'll see just why.
I called them like 3 weeks ago, and they're like, man, we only sold like 23 tickets, and I know 13 of my people bought tickets. So it's like, oh, damn, so 13 of my people bought tickets. I know that they bought. So I'm like, damn, you only sold 10 tickets besides the people that want to come see me. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. I paid like 500 to be here. 500? That's what I'm saying, bro. And
Flock of Flame was initially the name of the headliner.
First, he said that they planned on booking a headliner with $35,000 worth of a budget.
Off the rip, I paid $1,000. I upped the band. I mean, keep in mind though, they were telling us that they were gonna have a 500 to 1,000 people there. You know.
So what was Sota Sound, you may ask? It was crazy. I'm going to tell you guys that. This is how Sota Sound described their event. We are Sota Sound, the only music festival fully dedicated to Midwestern music and culture. Midwestern artists are underrepresented in the festival industry, and many talents go overlooked. Together we can change that and show the world an amazing talent that comes out of the Midwest. We are working with small independent rap, R&B, and EDM musicians. I don't think there was any EDM people. These were the promised things to do at Sota Sound. Tubing down the Apple River, water slides, activities like cornhole, beer pong, mini golf, giant Jenga, and interactive art. Sand volleyball, drinks, food, 2 bars located on the site. There was only one. I don't even know where the giant Jenga was, but maybe it was there. I didn't see a swimming pool either. There was local vendors there. So one of the biggest people behind the event was this guy right here, Tony Henderson. He was the man with the plan, the one that answered all the questions, who messaged a lot of people. You'll see him here. He was sending me emails with his name on it on the Sota Sound email sheet. But there was also this girl named Jory Callista. Jory Callista had a lot to say as well. When we entered, she didn't even know who we were or who the groups were that were sponsoring the event. But yeah, this is her. She also had a lot to say to a lot of people about lightning and other things, but she probably got some bread in this. And then we also have a guy here named Brandon Pulfus. He was the guy who made the first Sota Sound post, and that he'll probably explain exactly how we got here. So how did Waterwave get to Sota Sound?
I heard about this through Jake for the first time, and then the Tony guy called me.
How did that come about?
All right, so the way it happened is, disregarding Tony for a second, I fuck with Brandon, or Tony for a sec.
Yep.
But Brandon Pulfus really hard, and I know he was a part of this event, so anything that we do say, none of that goes towards him. I saw Brandon Pulfus share, and this was like 3 months ago, the Sota Sound page.
July 23rd, 2022, Sota Sound is throwing our very first music festival at Apple River in Wisconsin. You have to come. It's about to be crazy. We're doing cabins, we'll have camping, we'll have water slides, tubing. There's 2 different bars. We're gonna have 2 music stages. We're throwing a beer pong tournament. We're gonna have yard games.
I'm pretty sure there was not 2 music stages. There was 2 music stages. Listen. But there wasn't 2 music stages simultaneously going at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. Whenever one broke down, they used the other. And whenever the other broke down, they used the other. There's supposed to be 3 of them, and there was supposed to be a huge one, as you'll see advertised here. But we never got that.
We're bringing national acts from all over the Midwest, and best of all, we're giving opportunities out to local artists to join us at the festival and perform in front of everybody. So, July 23rd, save the date. We'll come see you at the Apple River in Wisconsin.
So you see, from here, it wasn't necessarily terrible. I mean, the graphic art is horrible. I'm gonna let you just know that. But like, apart from that, it seemed like a pretty cool event, pretty smooth event. You don't really see a lot of stuff like this going on in Minnesota, or Minneapolis, or Wisconsin, Minnesota, wherever, because it's in Somerset, not even in Minnesota. But we thought it would be a good idea for sure. Okay.
How is it? What is this? I followed the page, and then Tony reached out to me via DM, or maybe I think I like liked a post of theirs or something. But regardless, we got into DMing each other, and Tony was the one who called me. Tony called my phone and was like, "Yo, we're trying to put together this show. It's called Sota Sound, and we're gonna do like a local event. It's gonna be at the River's Edge campgrounds, or like at that stage. We're trying to do what Soundset was, but make it better."
For those of you that don't know what Soundset is, Soundset was a music festival that was ran by Rhyme Sayers Entertainment, and it was huge. Like almost 10,000 people were there like every year. Huge artists would come, also a lot of like pretty big local artists as well. But yeah, it was a good event. To compare it to this, I guess you'll have to see for yourself.
Great, I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's fucking do it. I'm down. I know if I'm down, the Waterwave gang will be down. Like, fucking do it." And yeah, that's where it went.
Tony Henderson called you. Was that like in like May, or was that like April?
It was probably like 3 months, 2.5, 3 months before show day, because I know they only started planning for 4 months, so it was probably like 3 months before show day or whatever.
Because I did see like their first announcement. Red flag number 1. They only planned for 3 to 4 months. At that point, sure, you could ask, why didn't we back out? Why didn't we back out? We wanted to see. We just wanted to see what was going on. On their IG was like in April or some shit. Like, oh, we're going to have this event. Campers, all types of shit.
It'd be crazy. We're doing cabins. We'll have camping. We'll have water slides, tubing. There's 2 different bars. We're going to have 2 music stages. We're throwing a beer pong tournament. We're going to have yard games. We're bringing national acts from all over the Midwest.
What did that first call with Tony kind of like entail? What did he describe to you that was going to like happen, and what was going to be there?
So he described, well, first he said that they planned on booking a headliner with $35,000 worth of a budget.
$35,000. With $35,000, you should be able to get a decent amount of people. You would think so, right? Wait till you hear who they said they were going to bring.
And that headliner, he said that he planned on booking was Waka Flocka.
He said there was going to be a headliner, right?
Yeah. From what I remember being told, Waka Flocka Flame was initially the name of the headliner.
Okay.
And then we talked about other options in case he couldn't
Waka
do it.
Flocka
I gave
Flame.
him some contacts to local
Waka
artists like
Flocka
Prof and Young
Flame.
Gravy to help fill up the act bill if needed.
Okay.
And then I
don't
know
even think
we
he's
agreed
35K.
to perform for free because they said that we could get a cabin for free and Jake could set up his camper for free.
It'd be crazy. We're doing cabins. We'll have camping.
So I just wanted to let y'all know, that's what we were promised. That's why we were there. We were told that we were going to get a cabin to stay at during the event. We were also told that we would get a campsite to pull up campers, trailers, stuff like that to stay at the event. So that was our idea. That was our thinking going into this. We didn't need to be paid. We were going to be accommodated. So we were just going to have a good time. And hopefully other artists were going to come out and they were going to have a good time too. Simple.
And that we would be able to open up, like later on in the show next to the headliner. So that was kind of like that first conversation that we had together.
They said they did have like a $35,000 budget, right?
Yeah, to spend on acts.
And like, did they say that they had money for this headliner? Did they say that? Okay, so they had like a budget. Did they ever say like a dollar amount on the budget?
Truthfully, I don't remember, bro.
Okay.
I know that a budget was spoke about. Like, never heard the exact dollar amount.
Okay, because that's kind of how I started off as an understanding of being like, okay, we're going to perform on this show. There's probably going to be some big artists on it, and it's going to be super lit. Like, and the Apple River's really lit, and that's normally like where they have like really turn EDM festivals and stuff.
Because he said that he could accommodate us a whole cabin to like hang out in.
Okay.
And then that Jake could put, because Jake's family wanted to bring a camper, or his girlfriend's family, and they said that you could park it for free because there's a fee to park it, basically. Yeah. So they said that you could park it for free. That was the original deal, which I don't think ended up happening.
It's be crazy. We're doing cabins. We'll have camping.
The red flags leading up, you've already heard a few that we could have seen coming. But here's some more. When did it become like for sure that Waka wasn't coming? When they just dropped the lineup?
Yeah, when they like dropped the lineup, I guess. Then I was like, "Wait, you're not putting a." That's when I texted him and I said, "You're not putting a headliner on the show? Like, what happened?" Yeah. And then he just couldn't find one. That was his excuse.
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
With the whole camper situation, do we know when they told us? Did they email us about that? Like, didn't they say something like, "Sorry, we can't do that anymore," or was that like to Jake?
They said that to Jake, and I found that out through Jake when he came in the store and said that he said they can't put his camper up no more.
It was 2 weeks before the show, 14 days. I find out from Tony that they can't accommodate campsites for me. They aren't able to get cabins, and I mean, due to low ticket sales that they weren't anticipating, which I get, but motherfucker, 2 weeks before the show, that's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Because I might not have other artists that was staying there, like people rented campers. Shit like that, like money you can't get back. Yeah.
So if you guys didn't see right there, basically Jake had to pay for his accommodation. We were promised that. 2 weeks before the event, they told us we couldn't get that. But things like campsites and stuff, you booked that like a month before. You're never going to be able to get your money back like 2 weeks before. So like the fact that they could pull out 2 weeks before is a huge red flag. No Waka, huge red flag. But here we are, still going to the event, but we had to see what was up, man. We had to see how this thing fully played out. Yeah.
Be on top of like a month before, I feel like.
Yeah.
And that's when I called him and I was like, so like, I asked like, what, you know, like what else is there not going to be able to happen? And he said like, we couldn't do it.
Okay. Eric just over it, man. Eric just like, come on. What else is not going to happen here? And they ain't even telling everything that ain't going to happen. They ain't even saying everything yet. 35 bands, remember that.
There wouldn't be the cabin either for us.
Okay. So yeah.
And he's trying to fix the guest list and all that.
And so like, what was promised to you and who promised you?
What was promised to me, all that I asked for, and I have receipts of it.
Okay.
I didn't ask for money. All I asked for was 2 campsites reserved for the people that I'm going to bring with me. Okay. That's all I asked for. That's not hard to accommodate, I feel like, when you're throwing it at a festival like that. And, yeah, that's all I asked for and what was promised to me initially.
Yeah, they mentioned, yes, we'll get you these campsites, and were there was also talks of like cabins or something to stay at.
Yeah, there was talks that artists would get cabins as well. They would try to accommodate that for us.
And so, who did you talk to for that? And kind of who?
Tony Henderson.
Yeah, like, how did he kind of explain it?
Like initially, the Tony had I believed him.
Okay.
Because I never really met Tony beforehand, like in person. I knew of him through Mac House Productions and stuff. Okay. So with the shows they were throwing, you think, okay, you could put trust in that person's word. In their word.
Then you had to pay then for your campsites.
Yeah, so we had to pay for our campsites. I had to pay for my camping, which it is what it is. And, yeah, dude, that fucking crazy. Pay to not perform, but to stay.
Here's the story of my homie, Mati. Mati ended up leaving the event early due to the reasons shown here. Mati Saucin. No other name. No, you were one of the artists that dropped out early. I had been asking, I think earlier in the situation with Sota Sound, with another artist, his name is Cold Kid Club. I was asking to see if there was any set times and to see if any artists had dropped out, knowing that you dropped out of Sota Sound. And they had said no artists had dropped out at that time. So at this point, one of my homies, Code Kid Club, wanted to perform on this Sota Sound event. I didn't know any artists were being charged for this event. Honest to God, I had no clue artists were being charged for this event until my homie sent me these emails. These emails are coming from Tony Henderson, and they're saying, hey, you reached out a while ago. You were put on a wait list for people who wanted to perform at Sota Sound 2022. We have a few slots open. Are you still interested? Here's the catch. The slots below are currently available at the listed prices. So these people were saying that they sold all of these spots. They definitely didn't, because they didn't sell our time slot to us. But they were charging for an 11 a.m. spot $200. For almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon, $250. Times like 330, $400. Once you got into 4 o'clock, it was $500. It doesn't even stop there. It doesn't even stop there, y'all. They're talking about 6:30, $800. 7:45, $1,000. And man, we know people who paid that. We know people who paid that. 9 o'clock, $2,000. Thanks, Jory Callista. Like, these people have the nerve, $35,000 to charge local artists after getting people like us onto this event for free, knowing that they would pay that. It's kind of like cash grabby to me. You know what I'm saying? How exactly did the whole Sota Sound event pop up on your radar? And then how did the downfall of you just basically getting out of that event happen?
I didn't get asked to get on the show. I asked myself because I wasn't like really aware of the festival, anything about it really.
Right.
Besides, I saw Jake Gillard post about it and say he's gonna be on it. So, because when I hit them,
another artist finding out about this event through one of our artists. You see what I'm saying here? Tony Henderson asked Eric when he pulled up, "Is Calvino here?" When I had talked to Tony Henderson, he didn't even know who the artists were. Bro was just out and about. Just about and out. Probably knew the people that paid him. I don't know. But apart from that, I don't think he knew anybody else. In all honesty.
They had no idea about me, I'm sure.
And that's kind of what I noticed too. I kind of noticed that they weren't very aware of any of the artists that were on the lineup, really. It didn't really seem like they knew much about anybody.
Right, so I hit them and I was like, let me get on this lineup. Even though, like, I said that, but I knew that there was going to be a lot of things I'm going to contemplate before I get on the show. Like, I was just like, let me secure a spot. Because y'all just it's just open door festival, I guess. So then I said, let me get on this lineup. They said, sounds good. A representative will reach out. I said, thank you. And then they sent me some stuff, said legal name. They said, send your legal name, right? So this is what I did. They said, send your legal name, mailing, all that info. Boom. Didn't hear back from them for about 20 days. They said lineup will be coming out next week. And then June 4th, their lineup came out. That's when I got tagged in the post. Their very first lineup. And clearly they didn't do no type of research on their artists, because I'm not here to, pick on any, status wise or anything like that. But people were kind of all around the place on the lineup, first of all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know me, I'm not the type to be cocky or anything about myself, but I was like, bro, like, ain't no way I'm just straight up on the bottom of this lineup. My full name, not my legal, legal full name that y'all asked for, is on the lineup twice.
Yeah, not even your artist name. Your artist name.
Artist name.
Yep. And as you can see, Mati's name is on there, but it's not Mati's artist name, which is just Mati, or it used to be Mati Saucin. It says his first and last name, Mati Regassa. Not once, but twice on the sheet. If you're running a festival where you're charging people upwards of $1,000, $2,000, you would think that flyers would be correct, right? But the graphic art was already really shitty. But come on now. How are you messing up artist names like that? I guess that was another red flag. Yeah, that's definitely something that I noticed really early that kind of like gave me a big red flag. Was the name thing, was that your final straw basically with them?
Yeah.
And then that's when you pulled out?
Yeah.
So
that was so cool. That was 100% like, yo, y'all clearly are unprofessional, don't know what the fuck y'all doing. That was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. So here's the day of the show. We're finally here to when we finally pulled up. And man, does it get tricky. Happening. So what time were you supposed to perform at?
I get to the venue the day before.
Mm-hmm.
I hear, all right, all of us get an email saying sound check is at 8 a.m. And I like to be early. I feel like punctuality is key.
Mm-hmm.
Get there at like 7:55, 8 in the morning. Sound check still hasn't started. Things are setting up, which you understand. Like when you've thrown a few shows, nothing's really ever on time.
Right.
But that's where it started. Whatever, time goes on. Go back to the campsite.
I just wanted to make sure.
Hey, you know what time it is? We got scammed. Waterwave 2022. Yes, sir.
Right here, this is Jake's camper that he paid for with his girlfriend and both of their families, man. Like, this was the type of stuff people were doing to get out here.
Rain or shine at Sota Set, but I'm gonna go check out and see what it's looking like.
This is what people did to get out here.
Let's see.
Actually, no. When I was at sound check, I was told music was going to start at like 9:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back to my campsite.
Sota Sound 2022, man. I thought this was some Fire Festival shit.
They did not. Swear to God, this is the Fire Festival 2022.
Shit's going down.
Hey, we're lit.
We out here. We had to make the trip, even though it's basically everything's been postponed, canceled, broken, turned around, flipped upside down. I don't even know.
Right now, we are in Fire Festival.
So it's really apparently the speakers aren't even working. There's no music.
Yeah, no, it is Fire Festival. Oh my God.
There's no music, no speakers.
Yeah. Speakers dead.
Are we walking?
We can drive there if you guys want.
It's 9:45. Find out music still isn't playing. So I'm like, whatever, what the fuck. Time goes on, music starts playing, we go there, but then we get rained on.
So pulling into Sota Sound, this is what you get. Not really anything going on here. It's the crowd. Here's the stage, all the way lowered. Hell yeah. I mean, hopefully the weather. So yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that, but the stage wasn't even fully up there. But next we got the Obi story. Before I even got into the event here, I just met Jake and I just saw them and I was saying what's up and getting ready to see what's going on down here at Sota Sound. As I park my car, I see this kid that I had met before who had stopped into the store and told me that he was performing at Sota Sound. And his name was Obi Bands. And man, this kid is cool, man. He's a really cool kid, really nice kid. I like his music a lot. He's lyrical. He had a story to tell me about why he was here and what it took for him to get here. And I just want to share that with y'all. Just so you guys can kind of understand the impact that we had to bringing people here. The just selfishness, straight greediness of the people that hosted this event. Here's Obi.
My break, I'm fresh off it. I'll never change, I've been the same. And I will never work in an office. Was office of money by ounces, wasn't thoughtless. But I could care less about the cost, what the results with.
I was looking at his Instagram, his Spotify and stuff, because his shows look lit, bro.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Trayson Green. Obi was saying that he really wanted to meet Trayson Green, and that was one of the reasons why he came here. And so at this point, I started recording because I was like, yo, what is going on? I don't think that Trayson Green was going to come at this point, so I had to let him know. And here was his response.
Yeah, and like, you make music, right?
Oh, yeah,
so you know when someone else makes music, you might like compare your shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I was just like, damn, bro, like I could definitely like, I could see me getting to his level. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Like, I was excited to like meet people like him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just know Trayson.
Meet people like Trace.
Like, I don't know, bro. Me and the homie were just talking about it, and we're thinking like maybe, cause like, bro, even though I've been like super chill and like respectful, like at the end of the day, bro, like I paid money to get here. You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
Did you too?
This was the first person that I met who actually paid money to be here. I didn't pay money to be here. I didn't even know how to answer this question. I didn't even think people were actually going to pay to be here. I thought that was crazy. But here we are.
No, I didn't pay personally.
personally, but I saw those slots. I saw the price.
Bruh, I'm so hurt.
Bro's hurt.
That's what they used us for. It was basically promo to get other artists to pay and shit. And that's the thing, is like, we realizing that today.
Oh,
like,
Waterwave?
Yeah. Why would we want to attach ourselves to that? But then it ruins it for artists like you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm
I was
really
thinking
sad
like
about
maybe
that,
we get like a partial refund.
It might be like mini lawsuits on their hands or some shit, bro. I mean,
For real.
There's some people who paid like they paid for this camp or some shit. They paid their 65. How much did you pay to perform?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it $1,000. Yo, we should probably go because I gotta check in. I'm gonna keep it $1,000, bro. I paid like $500 to be here.
500?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Seen this dude in the store. He also told us that he got this hat that we got from the Minnesota Twins. He got it because he saw it on our page. And they're over here charging people $500? Really? Wow. What credibility do you guys have?
like my common sense went off, and I was like, all right, bro. Like that's kind of taxed. It's their first festival doing it. I already am walking into it knowing it's like Rolling Loud or Lollapalooza, but I went into it thinking, bro, I haven't done a show in a year.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to drop new music. I'm trying to get back into it, you feel me?
Hell yeah.
And like I looked at this as an opportunity to like trampoline myself back into doing
Hell
it.
yeah.
I want to start linking up with Waterwave. I got a music video coming out with Kids from the Garden soon. So
Hell
like
yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh,
like
for real?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
hard.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I served them at the fucking cheesecake.
Just
Factory.
met those kids from the
like,
Garden
we had
guys.
been talking,
They're pretty
I
cool.
fuck with their work ethic heavy. Those kids are on to something, bro.
This was the stage. There's two stages here. If you can see the tent that's above it, there's one stage there, and then behind it, there's another stage that isn't raised. Those metal poles are supposed to be all the way up in the air, and they're not in the air because they said it would cost $7,000 to put the stage back up. If you have $35,000 and you're getting all these $1,000 and $500 from other people, put that stage back up. Yes, sir. How you doing? Sean.
At the tent.
Yeah.
And I was talking with the white lady in the blue coat. I forgot her name. But she's like one of the orchestrators of this event.
That was set up.
And
this is what the rainy event looked like.
Tony and her were both like collectively saying that every time they see lightning, they gotta wait 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we've seen lightning already.
Yeah.
Like 3 times.
Yeah.
So I guess
the camera battery's low, so I'm gonna try and get through some of this here.
Yeah. Because there's so much lightning. You feel me?
Hell yeah. This is me and Obi talking some more.
Yeah, no, it's about to start.
So I just want to take a second to thank all the vendors who showed up here, even though I don't think they got all the sales, and it wasn't the greatest weather and they had to sit through the rain the majority of the day. But thank you to these guys who came out. They had to do what they had to do. I don't know if they paid to be here or what they had to do to get here, but they had to drive. It was gas. So yeah, first we had Sema Vape International. They had some CBD kind of stuff. They were pretty cool, pretty dope people. We also had Festy Clips. They were pretty cool. Showed me a little roach kind of clip here. Joint holder.
Where?
I think it's a pretty fucking good idea.
Yeah, they were pretty dope.
No?
And then there's also this couple here, an Asian lady and a black man, and they both create really dope art. Really dope art here.
Are these? So these are like.
We also had this lady who had some bath bombs with jewelry in them.
Okay.
So they're kind of like bath
Pretty cool. She makes some. She did.
jewelry inside.
I don't know if she makes them herself or
basically.
So like those are
how that works, but we had Hemp Wellness.
How you doing,
This
my
guy was pretty cool. RF Hemp Wellness.
We got the hemp wellness, sir.
We also had a tie-dye station. They were selling some merch for Sota Sound and selling their own stuff. Then we also have Auntie Virginia's. Auntie Virginia's all-purpose seasoning. She was a really nice lady. Had some chicken out there.
All-purpose.
The Gala sisters were out there making their own bath bombs and shower steamers, I think. But yeah, that was a group that was out there. Froggy's Cotton Candy Bar, man. Shout out them.
Froggy's Cotton Candy Bar.
After I checked it out and it kind of got rained out, it seemed like that was going to be the last time it rained. But I went back to go chill with Jake and see what they were doing and eat some food.
I was supposed to perform at 3:30. You and I have back-to-back sets, which, I mean, the rain and shit, we understand.
We understand. Y'all, Sota Sound is fucked. Oh no. Always a light at the end of the tunnel, brothers. Always a light. So then the weather started looking good, and I was like, dang, okay, maybe we may all perform. I don't know.
We still do got a show.
I don't know. Yep.
Yeah. And but then the time changed to 9:40.
So a bunch of artists showed up, a bunch of people pulled up after the weather started looking nicer, but not everyone performed.
What up, dude? I thought my nigga's shoulder was fucked up for a second. For a second, Nico.
What's up? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My boy Boston will wash up pocket please. Hey man, I got one of my.
What time did they say you're supposed to go on now?
It was supposed to be at 9, but they pushed me back to 10:30.
Yeah.
Hey man, 60 seconds.
You know what time it is? We got scammed.
So I'm like, all right.
9:45 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
9 p.m. So I'm like, all right, cool, that works. Gets closer to 9:45. Then it changes to 10:45.
I wanna go outside, it look like fun to me. They told me to come, I get it out, you ain't no wrong to leave. I wanna hop on the block when niggas get shot and lit up his cop.
And then it changes to 11:45.
Hey, you know what time it is? We got scammed.
So once NZ got on, it was kind of like 8, maybe 9ish. I don't know.
And at that point, I said, fuck this. I've been here for literally all fucking day, getting told one thing and then the other. I'm not gonna fucking do this. I've already spent all this money for me to stay here and shit. Tony, like I said, I fuck with Brandon Pulfus super heavy. Tony Henderson, I will never do business with again, bro.
Right.
Super uncomfortable. At one point, like, just stop responding to calls and texts. Like, no communication, bro. Like, yeah, I personally would never associate myself in another show with Tony Henderson.
I feel that. I feel that.
And clearly there was a bunch of fool shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That people, you know what I'm saying, were understanding. So, like, I was really excited to see how it was going to turn out, like, as far as on social media and shit, because I was like, part of me wants to be right about this, but, you know, unfortunately, a lot of people took L's.
Yeah.
Because of them.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the artists were out there at that event. Jake didn't perform. I didn't perform. We stayed there till 11. We were told that we were supposed to perform at 11. Told 9, then like 10, then 11. We were originally, me and Jake were supposed to perform at like 3. Trace and Qmo were supposed to perform at like 10. We didn't know what time they were going to get backed up. So we just told them not to come. Just a really botched event. Really, really botched event. They just tried to fit a lot of the people that paid money onto the stage because obviously they paid money and they didn't want to pay them back. See a lot of like our water wave artists and meet a lot of like people and network with people, and like the fact that even you had to pay for accommodation to stay out there and stuff, like so did I, so did freaking there's like kids who even paid to perform.
Dude,
so it's
$1,000 for a set.
Yeah.
2,000. I get it if there is a main like super big headliner. You get it, money's got to be made, especially if you're paying $30 to $40K for an artist.
Yep.
But to charge local acts $1,000, $2,000 when...
Mind you, they didn't pay that.
Through the grapevine, I don't know if it's verified or not, but I heard that, and I could be wrong, I heard that they got the venue for free.
They did get the venue for free. Multiple sources have told us, including Tony Henderson himself, they got the venue for free. So, $35,000 budget, free venue, and you're still charging people $1,000. Come on, man. Come on, man.
To charge local artists, people that are trying to bring the community together and blow the Minnesota music community up, I think is beyond the word foul. I don't know, man. It's heartbreaking to see that some people can say they're doing it from Minnesota, only do a local artist show and charge the local artist that they are asking to be on that show.
So this is going to be the story of BRIZZY and BURRD. BURRD was a cool artist, man. I really rocked with his energy, man. He did kind of get off it, as a lot of us did this day, because a lot of us thought we were going to perform at some other time and then ended up getting too loose to even perform, or like it was just too long. You know, you start drinking all day and you're kind of like, dang, bro, I'm tired as hell. And some people like my homie here, Lil BURRD, he just kind of went off the rails during his performance. But one thing that I did notice was what he said to Tony on his way out. And I want you guys to hear his story, but I also want you guys to know about BRIZZY. BRIZZY is a young artist, man, really tapped in with the local scene, really tapped in with a lot of guys that I know, and he's a really talented guy. And he sacrificed a lot to get to this event. He sacrificed a lot. He brought a lot of people out, and I don't think that he got what he was expected, what should have been worth out of what he brought to the table and what he gave to these Sota Sound people. But we're gonna hear about his story as well. You guys let us know. Here it is.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. I paid like 500 to be here.
500?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Did you feel like you got what it was worth for your $400? Did you feel like you?
It was 500. I might say 400. It was 5.
So for off the rip, I paid $1,000. I upped the band. $1,000. Yes, that's the truth. I upped the band. I got your receipts, whatever you need. Cause they were selling the slots. I mean, keep in mind though, they were telling us that they were gonna have a 500 to 1,000 people there, you know.
And I know like my nigga was teed, you was blacked out and shit.
But I don't remember on Vice. I remember going up on that bitch, bro. I was like, I heard I didn't want to get off, bro. I was like, yeah, I didn't want to stop rapping. That's why they kicked me out some more shit. I was like, I don't remember none of that, gang.
Yeah.
My J's mad, so the pain meds ain't lasting every day. Bad, but I'm straight, man. Thanks for asking. I'm a paid man, so the name brand on my fashion vacation. 30K vantage like it's magic. Dope boy selling drugs, ended up a habit. I'm so annoyed cause my mama's stealing like an addict. I was down bad in the dog pen. You was laughing with your clown ass. You ain't got shit, man. What happened?
That was technically supposed to be like the second stage, right?
That's what I thought too, yeah. Cause like from what I looked up, like the main stage looks like.
Yeah.
Like what we saw, you know, on their
This was the picture of the main stage that they were promoting. Y'all saw that really big stage that I showed you and how it was small to the ground, almost like the black part. Yep. $7,000 they said to raise it to make it look like that. They could have did something. Throw that 7 bands. Throw that 7 bands. This is BRIZZY.
I came with all my bands. Come a little closer, try to see how you dance. Don't give a fuck about your man. You and I know he can't do what I can. I can't throw these bands. All you gotta do is dance. I throw these bands. Baby, you just gotta dance.
As you were getting like kicked out and shit, you was like, yo, I need my 400 back. Like, what the fuck was going on? Like, what is going on?
The whole thing was like, it was kind of really weak, but we just really all just paid just to motherfucking rap in front of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did they tell you like the reason why they couldn't get that set up at all or anything?
No, like there's no explanation for the main stage whatsoever. I was just like, you know, once we got there and like found out like everything was delayed and they're kind of pushing at the rain is what like delayed them so much and whatnot. That's kind of the only reason that they gave me was the rain and that they got stormed out. I mean, in the moment, I didn't even ask. You know, I just kind of assumed that was main stage, and that's what we were gonna go with.
Did you feel like you got what it was worth for your $400? Did you feel like you?
It was 500. I might say 400. It was 500.
Damn, you're the second artist that I've met who said that they paid 500 to perform.
Yeah, I got the receipt and everything for sure.
And so the big question for me is, did you pay to be there?
I did pay to be there. So
if you don't mind, how much did you pay?
Yeah, no, I'll get right into that. So for off the rip, I paid $1,000. I upped the band. $1,000. Yes, that's the truth. I upped the band. I got your receipts, whatever you need.
So alone in this video, you guys have seen $2,000 grabbed from artists, and you're gonna hear about their experience. You're gonna hear about how the rest of their night went, and you guys let me know if that was worth their money.
Because they were selling the slots. I mean, keep in mind though, they were telling us that they were gonna have a 500 to 1,000 people there. You know,
like, did they promise you anything?
I was told, bro. First off, I was told I was gonna get tickets too to hand out shit to. they said we was gonna get to no cap. My dad's brother, we was supposed to get tickets to make some of the money back at first, and then once it came close, I hit my manager. He said they hit us back acting like they never said that type shit. But I called them like 3 weeks ago, and they're like, man, we've only sold like 23 tickets, and I know 13 of my people bought tickets. So it's like, damn, so 13 of my people bought tickets. I know that they bought it. So I'm like, damn, y'all only sold 10 tickets besides the people that want to come see me? What the fuck is y'all doing?
Like, where is the math? I'm just so confused. 2 weeks before the event, you're telling a guy that paid $500 that y'all have only sold 23 tickets, and he sold 13. No. You should have been ran his bread back. Why didn't you? You want to know why? Because these guys are scammers, y'all. They're cash grabbing scammers. These people just wanted money. And they're trying to run another event next year. They need to be stopped. These people must be stopped. How did your performance go? Like, how did it end out? And like, what, I guess, happened after that?
Okay, so I'll talk energy first. The energy was awesome from the crowd. Like, the crowd, I really felt like was like, you know, they're giving it their all. They're vibing with us. And we kind of went in there, took charge, you know, as far as trying to get everybody down to you know, see us perform and trying to get everybody involved. But there's definitely some technical stuff on their side. Like, the first minute of my set, the volume of the music was like super low. You couldn't really hear nothing. And my mic wasn't even on. So we went on stage, they introduced me.
This is a person who paid $1,000. He couldn't even run through his full set without technical difficulties, and because these people were rushing because they didn't even have a sound permit to go past 11 p.m. on the main stage. Mind you, these people were advertising to go till 2 a.m. Mind you, they had a whole lot of headliners like Tay Supreme, Trace and Green, and QMO, and a bunch of other people that were supposed to perform later at night.
They're like, you know, we're welcoming BRIZZY to the stage or whatever. And then I got my mic and I did my thing. I was like, when I say soda, you say sound. You know, everybody was kind of vibing with us, and you know, we're being a master of ceremony. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden my mic cuts out.
Yeah, my manager did, and then he hit me and like asked if I wanted to do it type shit, and I was like, man, I ain't never did nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it, you might as well.
So, and like, look, I looked at the lineup. Like, I know Trey personally. I know some of the Waterwave guys. Like, Jake and I got a relationship, stuff like that.
Another artist that paid, that knew of us and looked at the lineup and decided to pay because of the people that he saw on the lineup. This person didn't just pay because Sota Sound posted or that they saw them post. No, these people are seeing from these other groups like us, Royal Sound music groups, whoever else was part of the event with all their artists. They saw these events from people like us, and they used these people to pay upwards of $1,000. It's really a shame.
So like I know a lot of people that was on the set. Like, I know Monty can bring people out. I know Trey can bring people out. I know NG can bring people out. Tay Supreme brings the energy. I know that he'll bring people out. I know Lil Crush was supposed to be there. Crush can bring people out. I'm like, okay. Like, you know, I'm kind of like adding it up. I'm like, I know I at least got this X amount of people coming with us, you know, or roughly 20, whatever. And this was kind of like going to be an investment piece for me.
Like, it's going to be a good opportunity. They're going to network. They're going to see other artists and shit. And, like, this could be, like, a good start to even, like, finding, like, fan bases and shit out in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Is that, like, kind of like the idea that you had going into it?
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was, that's what I thought it was going to be, for sure. I thought it was going to be a lot more people there watching, for sure, too.
Oh, man.
And then when I even pulled in there, the lady was like, I'm not even going to lie, the only people that came here so far are just performers. I'm like, what? And I was getting there late. I got there at 4:30. I'm like, damn. And then I was supposed to perform like around that time. They pushed that shit back. So
that's actually, I'm like, hey, turn my mic back on. You know what I'm saying? And like, they're just like, no, you know, like they're like, they weren't like, yeah, like for real. They're just like, they wasn't messing with me. They're trying to tell me that like their permit wouldn't allow them to have like the volume where it needed to be.
But like it should like the price wise, I think they should have, because they made a lot of money out of people.
They did, and that wasn't necessarily fair, because like I think 16 people like dropped out. a whole bunch of people didn't even perform. There was people who were there who didn't get to perform.
I know
so
a lot
like
of people didn't get to perform either. They're pushing shit back, you know. So it was like because really everyone just paid just to get on the stage just for each other.
So there's actually a video that like I can send some clips in or whatnot.
Yeah, please do.
Where I throw my mic and I just start going like I was like this. They came here for a show, so the show must go on.
Yeah, bro. No,
I was gonna make sure I get some type of something out
Hell
of this
yeah. Hell
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But like if you quiet, bro, and you just like laid back and shit, bro, that shit wasn't gonna do a lot for you. I promise you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I was up there network. I was talking to everyone I could, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We had ladies dancing. Like it was a good set to see. And I was like, hey, they came for a show. Let's give them a show. And they saw that we were vibing. So, and I mean, there's a video of me too, like where I kind of had to I had to let them know, like, hey, turn my shit back on. You know?
Yeah.
So I made them restart my song. I had them turn it up, and I had them turn my mics back on because they saw. I'm like, yo, I just got this crowd. This is a quote. This is a literal quote. I was like, hey, I just got this crowd lit the fuck up. Like, let's do this, you know?
How you feel about how they ran the event?
I liked it how they ran it just because it was like, you know, not many.
What?
You know what I'm saying? That was cool. That was the way they ran was cool. But like if they want to do something like that and like set something up and do something wrong, they got to set it up way more. They got to be more prepared. I feel like they weren't prepared either.
Okay.
You know.
So they turned our mics back on, and they turned their volume back up, and then we threw us a show once that was out of the way. Very end. So I got through the first drop, so I saved the most energy for the last song. I feel like we go out with a bang. So we got the first drop off, you know what I'm saying, where you can everybody was going crazy, going nuts, and then right as the last drop was coming, they cut us off completely.
What? And how long was the set?
So my set was only supposed to be 15 minutes, which was that's what we agreed to. That was totally fine with me. Yeah.
But in the mass of 15 minutes, they cutting you off on and on.
Twice.
So, yeah. $1,000, 15 minutes, cut off and on during your set. Maybe 10 minutes? Yeah, bro, oh my God. You didn't go past 11 p.m., did you?
I'm not sure, I wasn't really, I was, because I think we went on at it was either like 10:45 or 10:50 in that range.
Okay.
So maybe 5 minutes.
I made something out of it. I was trying my hardest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. So I would say that then you made something out of your $500, not Sota Sound made something out of your $500.
Yeah, for sure. I was just trying to make something out the best situation.
Around 11, it just kind of sounded like the whole stage kind of just went off, kind of.
Yeah, literally, like mid-song, mid-energy, and you kind of hear it. People are you hear the crowd kind of turn off, too.
What the?
But the only answer that they really gave me was their permit. The permit, whatever permit they had is what they're saying, or maybe it's like a noise curfew. But if you're running a festival, and it's advertised till 2 a.m., so we were well before 2 a.m. We should be able to at least complete.
You should have your permits figured out.
Yeah,
you should have your permits figured out at least. I feel like that's the main thing there. But that's basically why I had to leave.
When I talked to my manager, and he was like, my manager told me himself, I don't know about Sota Sound right now. He's like, from what I heard, that's what he told me, they only sold 23 tickets. I'm like, damn, 13 of my people bought tickets.
And the tickets were $65 a ticket.
Man, what the hell was that?
I had to leave once I found out that I wasn't performing after 11 or around 11. And that stage went down. I was just like, yeah, I'm done with these people. There's no show in Minnesota that is $65 with local artists only that doesn't have a headliner, that is out here. There's none of that. There's nothing. None of nizzle, nothing. None of that. And these people really thought that they were going to do it. I mean, they did it. They did it. And then they went down to $40 like 2 weeks before, but damn. Free venue, $35,000 budget, thousands of dollars from artists, $65 tickets. Sheesh. Did you have friends and family pull up and?
Like one of my closest homies that was on stage with me. Like him and his girl flew from Seattle to come see us. So they're thousands of dollars in for tickets because airfare, airfare's not cheap right
Literally.
now. I think about their travels. They rented a car so they can move around over here. And they came from, literally across the country, out west. And then
and they paid that $65 ticket, right?
Yeah, which I think was adjusted. But still $45 for a Minnesota show is still a lot of money.
No, for real.
And that's what I'm saying. Tickets should have been a dub. And I myself ain't gonna pay $65 to see a nigga I never heard rap, bro. I promise you.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
So that's what everybody. Tickets should have been $10, $20 something. Do a nice little deal. They gonna make money out there regardless. They got the space for free. They should do like $20 tickets. A lot more tickets would have been sold.
And did you ever talk to anybody after the event, like on what happened, what was going down? Did you ever try to like get any type of reimbursement or anything?
Nah, man, I just took my L.
Okay.
I just took my L, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I ain't say nothing about it, man. I'm not really... I probably said a bunch of shit when I was walking away, but you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna give shit back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got people out here just taking their L. That's what scammers want you to do. They want you to take your L. They want you to not fight back. They don't want you to get your money back. Shiesty folks. I seen so many red flags before the event started.
It was janky. That was definitely janky. It was like, man, I felt like I'm like, these niggas getting me already. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to do the cipher thing. Like,
yeah.
And they was acting like it was a good, like, yeah, let's do that and shit. Like, cause it was, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely janky. Like, I didn't even know when I was getting on the stage, bro. No one came. I had to go to the stage where I seen niggas up on there trying to get up on the stage and shit. And I was like, man, when am I getting on there? They're like, you're after this, do this right here. You're after this one. Really, they could have, and they have, man, because it's a cool spot and shit, man. Like, they could have turned that bitch up hard. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. I thought for sure that shit was gonna be like, man, like Somerset, gang. I swear to God it did.
No cap.
They had the opportunity to do that, bro. And then there was good talent up there too. I probably was a little, off my rocker, but you know what I'm saying?
There was, bro. You took the situation. And you made lemonade with it, man. You made lemonade. That's
lemonade. I put that lemonade right with the red. Yep. That's what fucked me up.
Yes. Hell nah, bro. I feel that though.
And and maybe it was a little bit negligent on my end without being like an official, like without them having like an official headliner. But we were told that it was going to be at least 500 to 1,000 people.
500 to 1,000 people. That's what they advertised to these people, paying upwards of $1,000. There was maybe like 50 people there was like 100 people maybe there, including artists, vendors, staff, fans, people who were just there just to listen to music, maybe like 5.
They were saying. And so I was like, okay, like, whatever, money comes, money goes. I'll put it up and see what happens, I went in there thinking, like, because I kind of saw how everything was being ran. I took it from a different angle, right? Because I was like, I need to get some type of value out of this. And knowing just kind of like what was going on, I'm like, there's no way they're just going to give me my cash back. Yeah. So this is what I did. I sat down before my set. I sat down with Tony. He was the like director or whatever of everything else going on. And I told him that give me your bottom line, like what happened. And he told me that. He was really transparent. For me though, what he did was I negotiated that next year that I get my spot for free.
Okay.
But I had to negotiate that. That's not something that they did,
Right.
I don't think that's. If you talk to other artists, before,
you as an artist, you sat down. You were like, "Yo, Tony, we need to sit down and chop this up real quick." Okay.
Like, So I don't know if everybody's in the same headspace like that, or has the tools to like make that happen. Like putting sentences together and stuff like that. But yes, I told him, I was like, hey, we got to negotiate something. So I negotiated my same spot. But this isn't contractual, so like he hasn't said the contract over yet or nothing. So I'm gonna keep it 100.
You're hoping that he keeps it to the G, on this shit. Yeah.
It's like you can't get your first impression back.
Yep. Can't get your first impression back, Tony.
Sota Sound, and everybody got like a sour taste in their mouth, potentially even higher. And they said that they plan on having a headliner for next year. And he made some really accurate points. He said they only been in business for 4 months. It was the same weekend as Rolling Loud, so like a lot of people were booked, and they said that they couldn't get anybody because they were booked. Which there's a lot of people I don't see on the Rolling Loud lineup. So that or whatnot. And he said, I will say this though, I do think that the venue, like if it was done right, the venue has the potential. Like I think an outdoor show is something that we could really benefit from, like as a music culture. And they did apologize. Like they tried to come off the stage, like after the show. Tony, who was running it, he did come down and apologize. I'm not sure who the other two people were. I think one was like the comedian that was kind of like the host or whatnot, sound guy or a light guy or whatnot. They also did. They're like, yo, we really didn't want to cut you off. Like we apologize. Blah 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 blah. They tried their best to make it right, but. But I mean, definitely it was if it was a scale, it was definitely leaning towards bullshit.
Yeah, leaning towards bullshit, y'all. That's what Sota Sound was. A whole lot of bullshit. Did the rain affect how things went? Yes, I will say that for sure. The rain did affect how things went and how things were going to go. Could they have canceled the event like 50 times? Yes. They could have canceled the event that day when all the rain was happening and gave everyone their money back. But these people wanted that money so bad they couldn't even think about it. They couldn't even get everyone on that stage because they just wanted money. I'm telling you guys, I believe that there's certain places where you should pay to play, but this wasn't one of them. I want to thank BRIZZY and BURRD for giving us a real in-depth view of what happened here. OB bands as well. They were some of the artists that were very, very affected. BRIZZY, BURRD, OB bands, thank you guys. I want y'all to go check out their music. I showed y'all some of their music. I'm going to put some of their stuff in the description down below. I want you guys to please check their stuff out, because these guys are really willing to invest in their craft, to really willing to put forward the work that it becomes to become an artist. But sometimes you can't help the fact that you're in front of people that are trying to take advantage of you. I just wanted to make this video to show that these people did take advantage of these artists, and that's not okay. That's not what we're here for. That's not what I built this brand off of. That's not what my friends and I built this brand off of. Mati and Jake, they're just gonna let you guys know what they think about is pay to play worth it. Me personally, I think pay to play is worth it in some case scenarios. Maybe playlisting, maybe, I don't know. Maybe for promo for like TikToks, maybe like Instagram promo for your songs. But be careful of paying to perform places, because these people can only promise you so much. You can't believe all these people.
As artists too, it's also like your job to understand that. Pick out your pros and cons. Is this something I want to put my name on, like this build? Does it look like, you know what I'm saying? And not just take every opportunity that comes your way. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done very much shows, and each time I've done a show, like the quality of the show has gotten better and better. Not really on my end, but also just like, the people that organize it and things like that.
Artist, what do you think about paying for shows or like pay to play? Is it worth it? Can it be worth it, or is it always a scam?
Me personally, everyone's gonna have a different opinion than myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's worth it. I think the network you create is worth more than the dollar amount you can pay to perform.
Yep.
You can build relationships with people that throw shows. There's a lot of shicey promoters that will throw shows and charge $1,000 for 5 minutes of a set.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, if you have the money to do it, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's in your best interest when you can put that $1,000 towards some type of marketing scheme or something else like that.
For sure. For sure. I mean, yeah, and you could always pay to just get into the show and talk to everyone.
Yeah. Then your net worth is your motherfucking network.
Yes.
Literally, you know this.
Yes, sir, man. For real. Your net worth is your network. You guys let us know in the comments, was this a cash grab or was this genuinely a good show? I don't really want to see these people running another show again. I don't think that it was really fair to a lot of these artists, the stuff that they had to go through in this show. we all will prevail. The local scene will still grow, and we don't really need people like that to bring us down. This is just another bump in the road for Minneapolis music, but we already know that we are greater, stronger, more talented than ever before, and nobody can drag us down like that. With that being said, I hope we have earned your subscription. Thank you so much, Waterway family, for tuning in, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.